A wise woman once said, "It's better to laugh than cry because crying gives me a headache." So I'd like to share with you some funny things about prednisone that people have said. When I said, "You know you're on prednisone when," this is how they filled in the blank. I'm going to read you their exact words so you can know when you're on prednisone and see if these ring true for you too. First, you know you're on prednisone when you eat a whole pizza at 3 a.m. when all you needed to do was pee. You know you're on prednisone when you dismantle your whole stove at 1 a.m. because it seems like it needs a good cleaning. You know you're on prednisone when you have more than 2 chins. You know you're on prednisone when you start an argument with your cat and lose. You know you're on prednisone when you can grow a better beard than 3/4 of the men in the house, and that was coming from a woman. You know you're on prednisone when you have stopped taking selfies. You know you're on prednisone when you introduce yourself as, "I'm on a medication that made me gain 30 pounds," instead of your name. You know you're on prednisone when you can't wait to be off, yet you're scared to be off. You know you're on prednisone when your brain has more fog than the streets of London. You know you're on prednisone when you can see your cheeks in your view 24/7 from the moon face. You know you're on prednisone when you're starving and you just ate. You know you're on prednisone when it's the middle of winter and you're sleeping with the windows open. You know you're on prednisone when you have more hair on your face than on your legs. You know you're on prednisone when you dip your popcorn in cold gravy. You know you're on prednisone when you get more than 2 sets of cutlery in your takeout order that you only ordered for you. You know you're on prednisone when you have a large hump on your back between your shoulders. That's called buffalo hump. You know you're on prednisone when you pee every 30 minutes. Or is that just me? You know you're on prednisone when you don't hurt anymore. Oh, what a blessing when you don't have the pain anymore. You know you're on prednisone when you are 54, but you look like you're 94. You know you're on prednisone when you eat the wallpaper and your neighbors. You know you're on prednisone when you look like Shrek. You know you're on prednisone when you eat 2 boxes of Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows and you still feel hungry. You know you're on prednisone when you want to punch your husband for even breathing near you. You know you're on prednisone when everything barely bump rips off the top layer of your skin. You know you're on prednisone when you have osteoporosis and spinal fractures at 10 years old. You know you're on prednisone when you wake up one morning and you've turned into Quasimodo from Notre Dame. You know you're on prednisone when you can't stop eating. You know you're on prednisone when your face is fuller than the full moon, and that includes 2 double chins. You know you're on prednisone when you cook a full frozen pizza at 2:47 a.m. and you've already been to bed and you're not drunk. You know you're on prednisone when you gain 2 pounds in 2 days. You know you're on prednisone when your heart rate looks like you're doing a HIIT workout, but you're lying on the couch eating junk. You know you're on prednisone when you gain 20 pounds without even trying. You know you're on prednisone when you're 52 and look 8 months pregnant and own more bras than Victoria's Secret and not even one of them fits. You know you're on prednisone when you look in the mirror and see a chipmunk storing acorns for the winter instead of your face. You know you're on prednisone when you just ate a wholesome, filling meal and now crave all the junk food at once. Finally, you know you're on prednisone when you can't remember how to fill in the next word because of the brain fog. I hope you enjoyed these funny things that people have noticed that you know you're on prednisone when. I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist, and if you'd like more funny things, check out these other videos I've made about prednisone memes that have made me laugh. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.